there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Word to your mother.
Boom. What'd you get?
7.
What'd I get?
8.
Oh!
Both clubs. Both clubs. Whoa. Didn't show
By
off.
the way, I'm like 4-0.
That's right. That's
Card
great.
Cutting. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us at Two Cool Moms. I am Joe Gatto,
I'm Steve Byrne.
the champion, if you will, of card cutting. We've been
Yes.
playing high-low right here. Well, give me one more. Ready?
Okay, one more.
Boom. 8.
Oh,
Oh,
8.
your card I got.
Oh, that's okay. What'd I get?
9.
Did I?
Are you kidding me?
I'm
You
what
are
is that,
killing
5-0,
me.
6-0
Oh, my
now?
God.
Okay, do one more.
I bet you
Do one
$1,000
more.
I beat you on this one.
I'm not doing that, dude. I'm not doing
It's the
that.
only way I'll win.
I'll do lunch. I'll bet you lunch.
Lunch, great.
Okay.
Definitely a king. Boom.
Ooh, dude, would
8.
you just do the same one?
There's multiple 8s. There's multiple 8s in there. 4. You owe me lunch. That's a secret.
damn it.
If
Every
there's something on the
time.
line, I'll win.
Every time I do that. Ah,
Hey,
God,
buddy.
I knew it.
You know what? What's
Now
your
I'm
go?
in a bad mood.
What's the lunch? The lunch?
You ever been to Arby's?
I've been to Arby's. Great.
Okay.
You're picking like the biggest meat place because you know I can't eat anything. You're like, hey, I got a great barbecue spot.
I've got the
Meats. I do. You get the meat sweats. I do lunch bags when I was younger. My mom used to put a Post-it in there and write me a note.
Yeah.
I used to say, you notice, and I always used to look so forward to it.
Yeah.
Right when
Oh,
I
the
got
note?
got the note, yeah. And I was like, it's just like later in life too. I was like in 8th grade. Like that's a long time to be like, my mommy wrote me a note, right?
You're special.
Yeah, I know. So I started doing it with my, daughter.
Yeah.
And I would write a note and
that's
leave it on
nice.
lunch, and she loves it and she looks forward to it. And I write it for my son or whatever. And my
Mm-hmm.
son doesn't, really read that much. And I would just be like, I love you, Dad, right, or whatever, and whatnot. And then Milana's I'd write a longer message because she could read. So I would. They came home from school the other day, and I said, "How was school?" And he goes, "Dad, he goes, how come your notes to me are always so short?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, because I don't want to write a lot of words, because you don't read." And he goes, "My teacher reads." Like it's like he felt the loophole. He's like, so he's been going to his teacher's like, "What's this say?"
That's awesome.
That's so funny.
That
So
is
it's like,
so
"Oh, all right,
fun.
buddy, I'll step up my note game. I
Yeah.
apologize." I used to love that. My mom used to pack my lunches and write a note
Yeah.
in it, and I was
What
just
was
always
your
at those
go-to
schools.
lunch? What was?
Oh,
what was the
cream
lunch
cheese
you-
and jelly, actually.
Excuse me.
Yeah, cream cheese and jelly.
Cream cheese and jelly.
Isn't that gross?
That's
Disgusting, right?
disgusting.
Disgusting.
cream
cheese and
Wait,
jelly.
is it like something she put together that you asked for it? Was this her own like family
No,
recipe?
I think it was.
or-
I don't know where it came from, to be honest. And I was the only one that ate it. I was the only one that ate it. My sisters
liked
didn't
it?
like it. I did, which is very odd because I tried to give it to my daughter, and she's
Yeah.
like, "This is gross," and I was like, I tasted it. I was like, "Oh, this is disgusting." I don't know why. It was like my jam. I used to love it. I love a peanut butter and jelly, PB&J all day, all night.
Yeah.
I love an artisanal PB&J.
An artisanal PB&J.
Triple decker with the butter, and then you do the crushed nuts on the top, and then you put it in the air fryer. Love it.
Wait, what? I never heard
What
of
are you,
this.
an animal? You've never heard of this?
No.
PB&J. You make your standard PB&J. Get three loaves of bread. Okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna do a PB&J, and then
On
you're
the
gonna
bottom.
put it on the bottom. You're gonna put a middle piece and do PB&J again. Boom. And then
Yeah.
on the top, you're gonna butter it.
Okay.
And you're gonna take peanuts and you're gonna crush them and you're gonna sprinkle it and push it down into the bread.
Wow.
And then you throw it in the air fryer.
In the air fryer?
You could do it in the air fryer, or you could do it stovetop if you want. Butter it and then throw it on top.
I never put a sandwich in the air fryer before.
Okay. Well, I've opened up a world of hurt for you. It's fun times.
I feel like somebody just opened
Yeah.
like I've been going to Reno all my life. It's like no,
Guys,
there's
make
this
it right.
other
This is
place.
Vegas. Keep
Yeah.
going. This is Vegas.
So hold on, you put sandwiches in the air fryer?
And that's really the only sandwich I do. But yeah, the air fryer.
Do
is
you have a panini press?
I do have panini press, yeah.
How often do you use it?
I do.
Oh, you don't eat meat though.
No, but I do. I love a good like avocado cheesy kind of like grilled cheese.
So what does the air
things.
fryer do? Because
It makes it hot all around. That's what air
Oh,
fryer
you're-
basically just hot air all around.
what like 5 minutes in there?
Yeah, you can go 5 minutes.
Jiggy told me a secret recipe for hot dogs.
Oh no!
And I did it, and I was like,
Did it blow you away?
It blew me away.
What did he tell you?
So this is what I do. I cook. I love grilling.
Right.
And I put my hot dogs on the grill.
You make the mistake of like cutting them or whatever, right?
No. I don't cut them. I just put it on.
Okay.
Grill them. They split and then they shrivel, right? And Jiggy's secret is no, you got to boil them for 5 minutes, then you put them on the grill and let them char up, and it keeps it like moisturized so
Yep.
they don't shrivel.
Got it.
And I tried it. And
Worked?
I was like, oh my god, it changed hot dogs for. And I
You
love
hot dogs. You're a big hot dog
and
guy.
I'm all in on hot dogs.
I know. Whenever we walk by a hot dog place, this is you
We did
yesterday.
last-
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's your spot.
Faneuil
I said,
Hall.
I'll
As
meet
soon
you up.
as you walk in,
Boom.
there's that hot dog shop right on the. I'm like, I don't have to go. I don't have to go 500.
I said, I'll meet you. My dad had a hack for when he cooked chicken on the grill. He used to wrap it in aluminum foil, and then he would put it with Italian seasoning, and he would cook it in the grill in these little packets. He would make these basically packets on the grill instead of the chicken on the grill, and it made it so moist and good. Everybody loved Dad's chicken.
So he would like put a olive oil and seasoning on top, wrap it in foil,
and
then
cook
grill
it in the foil and never take it. It never touched the grill.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good hack for you too. You're a griller. You like to grill.
I love grilling.
Yeah, I miss grilling because I don't eat the meats anymore. I do it like a tuna. I do like a tuna
miss the
steak.
meats?
I do like a tuna steak.
Bum.
I'll do a tuna steak or like a swordfish steak. That's a lot of fun on the grill, but you can't really.
Somebody taught me this: rack of ribs.
Okay.
Dry rub. Get the dry rub. Wrap them in foil.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in your oven for 5 hours at 185.
Who's got time for that?
All day. All day.
Okay.
Be a comic.
Got it. That's right.
Yeah. Put them in at noon. Let them go to 5, 5:15, 5:30 if you want. I've whatever. But
You've
a minimum
played with
of
the
5,
times, and minimum of 5. You've gone as
minimum of 5.
much as 5.5.
Yes. Throw them on the grill.
Yeah.
Literally, turn your grill up on high. Put it on your grill for maybe 5 minutes. It chars up. Pull it right off. Slices right through like butter.
Butters.
Unless you have a slow cooker.
You
Then, of
could
course,
always tell when we're doing an episode when it's almost lunchtime, when you are hungry, because we just literally just go off, and we are both starving right now.
Yeah.
Can we wrap this up and go eat or no?
It's my favorite part of being on tour or doing shows or being on the road. My favorite thing ever is what are we eating?
Yeah.
What's for lunch?
You're a foodie.
What's for dinner?
Yeah.
And I love nothing more than going on, using maps, finding
Highly
the places,
recommended.
looking up, is it 4 stars
You
or
go by
or more?
ratings? You go by ratings?
Always.
Yeah.
But I cross-reference it because I'll go on maps and see if it's 4 stars.
Got
Then I go on Yelp and see if it's over
I got
4
something for
stars.
you. For somebody who uses reviews so much, do you review? Do you drop reviews?
I never review. I should, huh?
You should, because you're just taking from the system and not giving anything back. Very selfish of you. Very selfish of you.
I'm a taker. I
You're a
don't give.
taker.
That's
You
right,
need
yeah.
to. You need to drop it because I think
My
I feel
wife
like,
has always said that to me too. On a honeymoon and anniversary, she's like,
right.
"Oh,
You're
you
like
just-
you're looking
just
up the
give, you
restaurants. What are you
never
talking
take."
about?
Yeah.
You're looking at the restaurants on your honeymoon. That's weird. Why don't you just talk to the concierge?
No, in the bedroom.
Why didn't you? That'd be interesting for you to do that because you do know. Like when I'm with you and we travel, two people that I love traveling with are you and Jiggy because I never have to worry about where I'm going to eat. I just like I'm hungry and you're like, oh, I got this spot. Oh, I know this spot. And
Already
you guys
looked it
are
up.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are great like that because you've been through. You remember places. I go and have a great meal, instantly forget where it was.
Come on.
Instantly, I do. I do.
Look, I know anybody that lives in Boston is like, yeah, I get it. It's touristy, but I love Faneuil Hall because you're getting an all-star meal.
We hit multiple peeps. We had multiple purchases,
Yeah.
multiple stands, multiple meals.
Yeah. I mean,
I wanted to split with you. You said no. I'm good.
I'm getting
I
6 meals
I
tonight.
asked you if you wanted to split something. You went no. Get
I
your
will
own.
never split food.
That was great. You did.
Never.
Yeah. You looked at me like I was you were indignant about it.
I get pissed when my wife's like, okay, so why don't we split this, and then you get that, and then we'll split that, and then we could try. It's like, fuck you.
But you don't
No.
like to
Get
expand your opportunity.
No. I want what I want, and I want it all.
Right.
And I want to be satiated. I want to be full. I want to lay down and go, oh, I overdid it.
yeah, that's right.
That's what I want to do.
Right.
I want to take down a deep dish pie on my own,
Right.
and I want to curl up in a fetal position. Go, you ate too much. That's my dream.
Do you know what opened my world to possibilities? And if people don't know this about this, is when you go to restaurants and they do half order of pastas as appetizers. When you look at the pastas plates.
Wait, you
and-
can do that?
Yes, you can.
No.
90% of the places will do
Really?
a half order for an appetizer. So you just look through and you're like, oh, I want some of these ravioli. I'm not going to have all of the ravioli and the rigatoni, but they both sound delicious. Get
Yeah.
one of them as a half order and get them as appetizer sizes.
That's a smart. You know what was
great.
great? We went to dinner yesterday. Somebody ordered. Jack ordered pizzas.
Yep.
As appetizers.
So fun.
I was like, this is the greatest
No,
meal
because
ever.
you don't
I'm
even
out of
think
the
about
gates.
it right
I'm
there.
happy.
And you're a pizza guy.
Love
Love it. So this is what's interesting.
Love it.
There's definitely hacks to when you go out to eat to share food. You just have to figure it out with you because you're not going to share anything.
Okay. I
You
will
like
do
family
that.
style though.
I love like.
But that's because it's big portions. You know you can get enough. Is it the quantity that's the problem with you? You don't think you can get enough to fill your tum-tums? I get it. You're worried about the tum-tums being empty and growlies later. I know what's going on. You're going to be flippy floppies while you're sleeping later. And your tummy-tum's going to be like, rah, rah, I'm angry one. I have all the gnocchis. And I want to give half my gnocchis to him, right? Oh, and that bolognese was so good. I wanted to do a dippy dip with the sauces. But I couldn't do it because there's no bread left. That's what happened. I know why you get angry because you once your belly growls after you ate, you're like, fuck, you're mad at yourself because you're like, I should eat the whole plate. I didn't do it all. That was my penne alla vodka. Yeah.
Your tum-tums in the dum-dum. It's so great.
Growly
It's so funny.
growlies.
I mean, food is my favorite thing.
This is
Next to sleep.
definitely your and I love language because we both love to eat. That's
Oh.
our friendship is highly based on eat. If you broke your jaw and couldn't eat for a little bit,
I did.
I know.
I
And
broke
we
my
weren't
jaw
friends
for
at that.
6
And we weren't friends at that time. That's what I'm saying. I think our friendship would suffer.
Italian food's the best.
Oh, for sure.
Across the board, if I could have, and as I get older, it's tougher to eat that because it's so heavy.
Got it.
Right, but it's also great Italian chopped salads. Like if I'm gonna have a salad, an Italian chopped is my favorite.
Okay. If you're gonna
What?
have a salad,
If I'm I rarely
Oriental
eat a
chicken
salad.
salad is my favorite. Used to be my favorite salad. Oriental chicken salad at Applebee's. See, so that we're
Italian
kindred
chopped,
spirits. Italian
Oriental,
chopped
here we
Oriental.
go.
There you go.
This is
See,
why it works.
We're friends.
What was it again? Yin Yang Parmesan.
Yang Yang
Yeah.
Parmesan. flip and reverse it though. So like that's your favorite there. Like, but what is like an atrocity that you can't have, like food wise? Is there something you just steer
Greek.
clear of? Greek, right? You never touched it.
I'm not into
It's-
Mediterranean.
It's wet. It's everything you got to dip in a pita. It's like soggy. It's
yeah,
like soggy.
Wrapping in grape leaves.
I do. Oh,
It's like fry it.
oh man, a grape
What?
put in the
Give
air
me a
fryer.
toasted
I want you to
ravioli.
put a grape leaf in an air fryer. Then talk to me about it.
I'll do that, and I'll chuck the air fryer.
Get it out.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
love
big-
a gyro. I love a gyro.
Yeah.
I love
Falafel? Where you land on falafel?
falafel. It's like, well, just give me a gyro. I
It's
don't want
not
the
for
thing
me.
with the
Yeah.
chickpea. Give me meat.
It's not for me.
Give me meat. Yeah.
If you're not,
Dump in a white
if you're a
sauce.
there's no good vegetarian option for a gyro, or a gyro, or a
Well,
hero,
you get the
or a
falafel
gyro.
then, right?
And I don't like that. So if like you're gonna do like a vegetable version, no good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am hungry.
We
Oh,
have
here
to
we
eat.
go.
Let's get this started so it can get finished. Listen, we're going to concentrate on answering some questions here. We're going to help the people.
Okay. Yes. Curtis, we're here for you.
Here we go, Curtis.
Hi, Mama Steve and Mama Joe. Big fan. Correct order, by the way. Big fan of the podcast and your other endeavors. Simple questions. Is Two Cool Moms hiring? Have a great day. Thanks for making me laugh.
Hiring to do what?
Curtis, what would you do? Like, literally, what would you do?
we barely do anything. Like, what are we going to outsource?
I'm barely
what?
on it.
Right. Maybe he go get us lunch. I'm barely on it. Aw. Do I not clip you enough? Do you get upset?
No.
You do.
It was the joke. It was the joke. No. By the way, your clip on Taste Buds, you, Sal, and DeRosa,
Oh, that was so fun.
that was...
That was so
it's
fun.
seldom you like laugh out loud at a clip online, but that genuinely made me laugh.
Yeah.
And DeRosa, his fake anger.
What the? Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he gets so. I love
Damn,
it.
He's one of my favorites. But
It's great to
but
make Sal laugh
Curtis,
like that.
I'd ask you this: what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, sell us on it, Curtis. What are we doing here? What are
Yeah.
we gonna do?
If we were to hire somebody, what would?
Somebody could go get us lunch. That'd be sure.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, we could have if we were. It'd be in the post process. We would get somebody to help us with the clipping.
yeah,
Or like editing and stuff like that. But this part, I think we got to unlock.
yeah. I don't even know what else. So the answer is yes.
Sure.
Send us a
your
resume.
Send your resume over
Yeah.
to us.
Let us know what you do, and we'll have
entertain
our,
it.
We'll have our people look at it.
Yeah.
And where are people?
Yes, we'll have our HR department look at it right away.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
Jeffrey, this might be my favorite question.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Wow, that's a
we've
bold
had some-
statement.
but
this is
this
our 30th, 31st-ish episode.
This might be my favorite.
Okay.
It's simple, quick, and I cannot wait to hear what you have to say. Hello, if you were given $2,000, how would you spend it for real?
For real.
FR. I assume that's for
That's
real.
for real.
Right? Yeah.
Wow, the for real changes it, right?
$2,000.
Because my first instinct was I go to casino right away and
Okay,
try to
so
turn
let's
that into
do it.
4,000.
Let's do it. Blue Sky, Fantasy, two grand right now. You got it. What will you
Walking
do?
down the street, there's a stack on stacks on the floor. $2,000 right there. You find $2,000
So
right on the
two
floor.
grand for real? Obviously, bills. My wife would
For
be
sure.
like, give me that
For sure.
right now. That's
sure.
going. So in real life,
I drop it right towards the mortgage, right? Boom, $2,000.
Exactly,
That's the responsible fun thing
But-
to do. But now let's go the other way. Let's turn that coin over. Let's flip it and reverse it, Missy Elliott. Let's see what's on the other side.
this reminds me of a favorite. Drew Carey, do you remember? He got $1 million on the Drew Carey show, and they're like, "What are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Well, I want to buy the Batmobile," and he was gonna spend the entire $1 million on the Batmobile.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought that's such a great
That is-
episode.
that is great.
It's like a total guy thing. yeah.
$2,000 is a very interesting amount too, right? Because you could do some damage with it, but it's not exorbitant.
It's not
Yeah.
enough to go bananas.
Right,
yeah.
right.
What would you do it to?
Pie in the sky, just for funsies.
Pie in the sky for funsies.
I would probably go to an electronics store or some sort of like a Best Buy or a,
Nerd alert!
yeah, I would.
What?
Or like a photo
Really?
like a camera, put it towards a camera, maybe some sort of stuff like that.
But
I would do
boring.
that, yeah, like that, or a watch store
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
to put it
You're
towards
big
a watch.
guy.
I would do a watch thing, yeah.
So in your world,
Mm-hmm.
$2,000
Yeah.
for a watch. Is that getting you like lower tier, mid tier? I assume like high tier is like tens of
For
thousands.
me, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But-
I've got a couple big boys, but for that, you could get a really nice watch for $2,000.
I would hope so.
Yeah, you get a
Yeah.
nice watch for $2,000.
That's
Yeah.
the same thing though. Why would you spend $50,000? It's like, yeah, it's $12.30. I just did that. It cost me nothing. Was it?
$12.32.
See, if that watch was like $20,000, and somebody's like, "What time is it?" Like $20,000.
Nice. No, this was only 18.
Why would you?
This is 18,000.
What is the purpose of like? Is it appreciating the craftsmanship? That's heavy.
Feels like $18,000.
That feels like it's like a pound.
It's a Shinola out of Detroit. Great brand.
That is there's some heft there.
It's not $18,000. I'm just kidding. It's a great watch though. I love Shinola. It's a good brand.
Yeah.
They should sponsor us. Shinola, sponsor us. Is that how it works?
Okay.
That's why we're gonna hire that kid. He can find his sponsors. That's a big goal.
Okay.
there
That's
we
it.
go. Put that
Find
on your
some
resume.
sponsors.
What was it, Craig?
Curtis.
Curtis.
We
put that on
haven't
your
even
resume.
spent much time looking for.
We haven't spent a time. We haven't done a time for any sponsors.
You're the timekeeper.
I got
Come on.
timekeeper. You're
You
right.
got-
I need to.
So $2,000, you'd go to an
I
electronics
probably
store,
now that we talked it out, I'll probably a watch spot.
a watch store.
I would go to a Nordstrom rack and I would go ham. I would drop $2,000 in a Nordstrom rack. I love a
You
good Nordstrom
love
rack.
a Nordstrom rack.
I love a rack.
That's your jam.
They sponsor us. I love a Nordstrom rack. I love it.
Man, what is it about that place?
It's just because I used to work at Nordstrom and I know how like the prices worked and like when it made it to the rack, you knew it was now it's a good it's a really good deal.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of the brands I love. I love Nordstrom's brands that they carried.
Yeah.
They fit my body well. So it's like I could find some good steals and deals. I'm all about deals and steals. I love a good deal and steal.
You are all about that. If I had $2,000,
Yeah, what are you doing?
well, first off, I'm getting
Pizza.
a killer meal. I'm getting pizza.
Right.
I'm going to find a deep dish place. I'm going to ask for burnt crust. I'll go get a nice dessert somewhere.
A
I'll
nice
get
dessert.
Yeah, like ice cream with sprinkles on top.
That's
like
a nice dessert.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Yeah, like a-
good.
Yeah, I like Jimmy's on my.
Jimmy's okay.
And I probably go to like a comic book store, like a vintage toy store.
No, okay. So take out the food. You're going to
Yeah.
go to the vintage toy store. It's not a multiple stop scenario we're doing here. You're doing
Okay,
a one-stop
okay.
shop. You're going right to a comic book store, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, and you called me a nerd when I said an electronics store. So like, what is this? Hello, Kettle. I'm Pot. Pleased to meet you. Like what? What are you talking about? You're like this fucking nerd. I'm going to a comic book shop.
Well, yeah, Well,
Okay.
You
I
got
got
me.
you there.
got
I got
me.
you on
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, I would know, but because when we do those purchases, they feel unnecessary, right? They're like you don't need any of
Total
them, but they're
unnecessary,
fun
yeah.
and you enjoy them, right? So
Yeah.
that's where you're going to spend that money.
I love like looking at old toys. It's like the nostalgia of it
Yeah.
all, right? And finding I don't have. There's one I collected all the old Star Wars figures we
Yep,
grew up
yep,
playing
yep.
with, right? And there's one elusive figure
You're missing one.
that I can't find, and it's the General Lando Calrissian in Return of the Jedi, where he had a cape and everything. And they did like reissues, but the actual one done in '83. It's kind of a tough find, and I've seen some ones on eBay. It's a little pricey, and I'm like, eh. So when I go to the toy stores, though, Blast from the Past is one of my favorites in Burbank, California.
Okay.
They have
Love
an
a good retro
incredible
toy store.
selection there. And last time I was in there, this guy who wrote Superman Returns, X-Men, he was in there, and I recognized him. He's the writer, and I've seen so many behind-the-scenes stuff that I'm like, oh, my God, that's Doherty. And
Yeah.
I wanted to go say hi, but I don't want to bug the guy. And
You don't want to come off super nerdy.
Super, yeah, exactly, yeah, in a nerdy vintage toy store of all places. But I love that place because they have everything you grew up with. They got He-Man, Teenage
Yep,
Mutant Ninja Turtles, old G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
And then they have these there's these Gentle Giants, which is like these reissues of like Superpowers. Do you remember Superpowers action figures? Superman, Batman. So they made
The big ones.
You know, they're like 3.5 inches when you're a kid, right?
Right.
Now they make them, and they're
Oh,
like
nice.
18 inches,
18 inch,
and they
yeah.
still have like the old school like artwork and
That's
everything
cool.
on it. It's so
See,
cool.
so that's where you're going to spend your $2,000. That's your $2,000 that you just found.
I would do that because the missus is absolutely against
Okay.
any unnecessary purchases. But I still go on eBay and go down rabbit holes and find some great stuff.
I would love to hear what your answer is.
Yeah.
And then if you'd be up to it, I would love to call Jess right now and you ask Jess if she found $2,000, what would you go to buy?
Oh Jesus.
What do you think she would do?
The kids. You know,
She's gonna say something responsible.
I didn't even think of my children.
She's gonna be something. Yeah, I know.
didn't
That's
think
neither
of
did I.
Yeah.
Neither did I. And there you go. That's telling.
She would instantly. Okay, what do the kids need?
Got it. But that's a responsible one. If we said to
Yeah.
her pie in the sky, she's not gonna say I'd spend it on the
She'd
kids.
get like a Roomba. You know what I mean?
What a nerd. She's buying robots. We're the nerds.
Yeah.
That's funny.
She wants to clean the house and make it easier for her.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but that's what she would do.
Right.
And
And that would be a
that
pie
says
in the sky
everything about
scenario.
her, yeah.
Got it. I got you. Okay.
She'd do something nice for the family. And I'm buying
And you're like, I need the Lando Calrissian, the '83 version. He doesn't have the cape. It's not his reissue.
Can I tell you this? So in our living room, we have a nice house. We got this nice cabin system with the TV's there. It's the living room. And all these books we've read and, nice little library. And slowly I've been sneaking Superman, the motion picture things that I've collected into this one shelf. And she every time she sees something, she's like, here? Why? Here?
I would tell you what. I might, where else I might go drop that $2K? Easily, Home Goods. Love me a Home Goods.
Really?
Love me a Home Goods. And here, I'll tell you something I started doing. You made me think of this. On
Home
my
Goods?
property around the house, right?
Yeah.
Around the, in the yard, I would start buying outdoor stuff and hiding it like in the bushes, like these big owls. I had this big pink flamingo. And I would just put it in the yard without telling Bessie, right? And she would just come home and she's like, the fuck is this owl? I said, what owl? I bought one of the Easter Island heads.
Yeah.
Like the old fucking big,
Yeah.
like those big guys, like those guys. I put one of those and
Yeah.
I hid it inside the bushes so it's just peering out a little bit. And I have the fountain that Sal gave me that it's a little boy pissing.
Yeah.
Like I have that in the yard. So my yard has all these weird things. I put up a birdhouse. And she's like, why are you doing this? I'm like,
You have
'Cause
like
it's
Pee Wee's
fun.
Playhouse in your
Exactly
backyard.
right. And so
Yeah.
and my kids, they start doing I have a peekaboo gnome. It's like a gnome that's holding its face and they go like try to find everybody. I
Yeah.
love doing that. That was so fun.
I'm
I would drop $2K
surprised
in
You're
that.
$2,000. I am shocked that you did not say I would go to a casino right now.
I said that. That was the first thing I said. I said I would probably go try to double it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe I
but-
missed that part.
Yeah, but I mean,
And I'm on the show.
you should really listen. It's great. Speaking of which, subscribe.
Subscribe and
so-
tell us what you like about the show.
Share your friends.
Jeffrey, I love that.
That was a great question.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
And it made me really think I should have spent it on my kids.
That's what I like about these podcasts here because we grow
I'm
and
learning.
learn. We're learning. You learned a lot this one, right?
I'm learning. This is coming to us from Samantha.
Samsies.
Okay. Samantha, this is a novella here. I've been involved with this guy. He's 19 years older. By the way, I respect this guy right out of the gate.
Right out of the
That's
gate.
awesome.
There he goes.
Super cool dude. I gotta see a picture of this guy. I bet he's in a Camaro.
Absolutely.
But he recently asked,
T-top.
when can we see each other? I told him I need time for personal. Wait, hold on. Did I miss something?
You must have missed a thing because she made a leap.
I've been involved with this guy. He's 19 years older, but he recently asked when we can see each other. I told him I need time for personal grieving. Okay, this is it. I lost my best friend of 14 years last September.
Okay.
He then started claiming I wasn't living my life for myself. People die every day, and he just started attacking me, which in result made me angry. So I sent him a message telling him to go to hell, and then I blocked him. He then found me on Facebook, this is all caps,
Yep.
and sent me a message basically being like, so you will laugh when I make this joke, but you won't laugh. Okay. He meant that I will laugh at this joke, but won't laugh when it comes to joking around my best friend being dead. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my goodness.
Known him for 8 years. He's been blocked on and off for 4 years. So the question is, am I overreacting or he's living dumpster fire who needs to leave me alone?
I think she knows the answer. I think she knows the answer. He's getting mad that she didn't like the joke about a best friend dying.
I mean, Sam, did you even need to write us?
I mean, Sam, I hope this was just therapeutic. Is there an LOL at the end? Because I think you know the answer. This is not a person that you want around you.
But
Seems.
part of me kind of laughs
I do.
a little bit when it's like, my best friend died, I'm grieving. He's like, come on, get over it. And I imagine him just texting her with a boner. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta get my rocks
Yeah.
off. I
Come
get
on.
it. Your friend
Help
died.
me.
People die
Help-
every day.
Help me out.
I need to put this somewhere.
He's also 19 years older. He knows a lot more dead people. It's a numbers game, right? 19 years, you got almost 2 decades on people. I
That's
know a
right,
lot.
yeah.
I know way more dead people than a 26-year-old. Right?
Yeah. Well,
So-
this is the we'll just leave it there on Samantha. There's another thing, and we don't need.
I think it's enough. I think
Yeah.
we need to know that we should move on with our life, Sam. We love you and wish you the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. The block seems appropriately placed. I don't
Yeah.
think you're overreacting.
I completely agree. I don't think that we don't need to read the tea leaves on this one. We don't have to take a deep dive. This is coming to us from Tori.
Tori.
Mommies, how do you deal with losing close friends because you move away or you guys grow apart? I know that's part of life, but I always struggle with it. Okay, Tori. Look, that is just a part of life.
I mean, you answered your own question. Here's the thing, though, too. I will say this is your friendships. I have one of my best friends my whole life. He lives in Arizona. I barely see him, and he's still one of my best friends. Whenever I talk to him or see him, it's like old times. So you shouldn't let distance be the reason why you stop being with friends, because I think if the friendships are good and you enjoy them, they could sustain distance. Distance isn't really a reason why a friendship has to end. The reason why a friendship has to end is because something bad happened inside the friendship or somebody is not right in your life anymore. But distance, I don't find to be the right reason to end a friendship.
Yeah, I found it's like lack of investment.
For sure. Well, look at me and you, for example.
Yeah.
Right? We went a couple months without seeing each other. A month, right? A little bit more than that without seeing each other. And then when we see each other, we're working and stuff. But I still consider us their friendship there.
Oh, yeah.
And I miss you when we're not around.
Yeah,
when
pick
we're not
right back
each
up.
other.
Yeah, we text each other and
100%. And I think that, I mean, we live in two different states, an hour time difference. We still keep in touch.
I think the difference is like when you send that text or I send a text, whatever, you write back.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
It's so stupid,
That's
but
so huge.
I have so many friends that like along the way you just correspond with and reach out to, and you don't hear anything back. It just takes a second to respond to a text,
100%.
and then it's like, all right, well, I just won't text again.
Yeah.
And so then you see the person next time, you're like, hey, whatever, and you just don't feel that close. Of course, you're still friends. Of course, you're still acquaintances. I see people all the time at like the Comedy Store that I respect and stuff, and I appreciate.
Yep.
But there's that level of communication that dips and fades, and
Of course, you'll miss
it is what it
people
is.
too. You'll miss
Yeah.
people, right? Because you won't be around them with the distance. Sure, your friendship takes a hit because you won't be able to physically spend time.
Yeah.
But and also you could always make new friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also some like I do enjoy being alone.
Yeah.
Like
For sure. I think it comes with age with us too, though, right? We do like it too.
Yeah. But I don't know. I like
But
being a comic.
you know what?
And like
Yeah, but
being
you
on
don't. You don't like I didn't want to go out the other night. And then you were like, "Come on, and come out with the boys," and you put Z's on it. Like you don't necessarily like being alone. Like I was like, "Hey, buddy, I'm just gonna stay in. I got a big day tomorrow."
Well, I'm a social drinker.
you are.
So the minute somebody gives me just a little, I just like right there. I'm like,
We're going all night.
I can
Let's
hang
do
out,
it.
yeah.
Let's hang. Yeah.
this tastes like 3 a.m.
I'm in.
I'll get
Yeah.
a gyro
No,
at 4 a.m.
I'm a social butterfly as well. I love being around people. I love hanging. I love a good hang. But
Yeah.
there are times where, like, as you get older, you do feel like the time alone is as valuable because it's not. You don't have to expel energy. You're able to relax and think about what you want to think about.
The only thing is interesting is you do these shows, right?
Yep.
And you go across the country and you're in front of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people on a night, and you go to a city and you're like the town banana or whatever for like an hour, like the center of attention. And really, like when you do these shows, you're blinded by this big spotlight. You don't see the crowd. You can see the first few rows, and then everybody leaves, and you're by yourself, and just like, was I even here?
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's
Right.
the weirdest thing.
It
like,
is such a weird feeling.
I've done shows where I feel like I had no connection with that, even though I was there.
You
did
made
it, and-
everybody in that theater have a great night. They're
Yeah.
talking about it without you there. About, oh, that was so funny. He was so funny. And you are by yourself, sitting in your hotel room.
Yeah, it's like
crazy.
you never had that connectivity that you would think that you would have.
100%.
Like, I'm with 2,000. This is great, and then
Yeah.
it's just like, no, I just like. It's almost like there's a hologram of me up there.
Right. You're
and there's
Tupac
no
in it.
connection.
You're Tupac-ing it. Like, you might as well just Tupac it and save on the expense travel.
Does that make sense, though? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where
Everything
you-
made sense except the term town banana. I never heard that in my life. What the fuck does that mean? I'm the town banana. That sounds derogatory. And I don't think you should refer to yourself as a town banana.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. I just think it's
100%. I'm
weird.
all, samesies with that.
Yeah.
Samesies. It's like you just kind of like. It's even like when you take. is even when you get approached to take a picture with somebody.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, you go, and everybody's like, oh, my God, so excited. Hey, and they take a picture, and they're like, okay, and they walk away, and they're gone out of your life forever. And I'll find myself at times being like, oh, hey, so where are you from? And they're like, all right, and they, like, leave. And I was like, oh, I was just trying to have, like, a moment of a connection to say hello.
Not me.
And
I like that.
You're
I
like,
gotta get picked. Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
that's it. Say it, peace out.
Yeah.
Right, but, like, it's even that. It's like they got what they wanted, and they're gone.
Yeah.
And then you're still sitting there in the Panera. You know what I'm saying?
I remember Bono. I read this quote from Bono. He said, "The worst part about fame is waiting the 3 seconds for the flash to go off." I was like, "That's such a great line."
That is great.
Great line. You
How
add
many,
up all
how many
those 3
pictures did
seconds.
Bono take? How many
Oh
pictures did
my
Bono
God.
take? Oh
Can
my
you
God,
imagine?
I can't even. I feel like I take a lot of pictures.
Everywhere
Forget
you
it.
go. Everywhere
Every
you go.
move you make.
Every step you take.
Yeah. People are watching you. Is that Bono? That's
the police.
That's the police.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. It's the cops.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sting? Sting. He was in the cops? The police?
the cops.
I'm friends with them. I call them the cops. was Sting in the police? Was that Sting?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. I was just asking.
Sting was the police, and then Sting
were the- who
left
were
the police.
Who are the other cops?
Stuart Copeland
They became the
was
cops?
the drummer.
Is that when they became the cops? Sting leaves the police, they become the cops? They became security patrol.
Night Patrol. I was just gonna
Campus security.
Well, there's one here, but I was like, I want to. Okay, let me hear.
Well, take your time. If you need one or not.
Okay, I think this is something anybody can relate to. This
Okay,
is
go
coming to us from Ari. Okay, is it bad if I think decreasing my weight will increase my chance of a love life? I think. Look, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, don't lie.
There have been times when I've reached, like, I was close to 200 pounds, and
That's my goal weight. Me too. I was so close. I was like, oh, you're almost there, Joey boy. Put down the cupcake.
but there was, when a girl's like, I feel too fat to, like, have sex, and I always thought of that Robert.
You've heard that sentence come out of someone's mouth?
You never heard that?
To your face, someone said, I'd love to, Steve, but I feel too fat to
I
have
feel
sex.
too fat to have sex. And I always remember Robert Schimmel's joke. He's like, I fucked fat girls before. He's like, what's the big deal? And I always thought it was such a great joke. But there was a time where I was getting so fat, like, I was like, I'm too fat to masturbate. Like, I'm too fat to.
Why, I couldn't find it?
Just like, I don't deserve this.
Yeah. Most people are two-handers but one hand's holding my belly up. Yeah. I think the question about being too fat to lose weight, I mean, it all comes to confidence, right? Because or how you feel about yourself. If you don't feel either, sexy or wantable or whatever, then that's the problem.
Yeah, you don't have to be shredded, obviously, but
no.
I think, I don't think everybody feels that way, where it's like, I'd like to lose weight to feel more attractive.
People want to lose weight
Yeah.
to look better.
Yeah.
90% of the time, okay, there's health, of course, there's health reasons too. You want to be whatever, but like you want to look better or have clothes fit you better or have different options when it comes to things. I think that is a driving factor for weight loss more than I would say health is.
Yeah.
I think unfortunately for us, health is the byproduct of that instead of health being the reason to lose weight. A lot of people want to look better or feel better about themselves instead of feel better in health reasons, 90 might have been too much, maybe 80-20. 70-30 if I'm going to push it. But I would say, not more than 65-45. 65-35. Definitely, that's probably going to be the max. I'll max out at 60-40. It could be a 50-50 split. I don't know. It could be 40-60 the other way. If it's going to get to 30-70, I don't know about it. I mean, you're going to go 20. 100% of the time, it's going to be because you want to lose weight. That's a given. You're going to lose weight because you want to.
Right. Yeah.
The reason behind it is either you want to get more done. You want to get more done in the bedroom. You want to get more done in health reasons. You want to last a little bit longer, right? But 90% of that time, it's going to be the other 10%.
It doesn't need me. You're breaking down the math and thinking out loud.
That's it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, when I lost all that weight for the special, I was like, man, I feel good. This is awesome.
Byproduct.
But then what I missed was feeling great about my meals.
Yes, right.
Like the enjoyment of like eating.
Okay,
like,
look at
really my day revolves around eating.
You encompass what I just said, right?
Yeah.
In that roundabout way, though, your driving factor was you didn't want to look like a fat piece of shit slug on your 5th comedy special.
Right.
On Amazon Prime coming soon. But you also, the byproduct was, oh my God, I feel healthier. Right?
Yeah,
It's like the health thing is crazy. That's the byproduct where it should be the driving factor. We should want to be healthier, feel better and stuff. But it all goes down to, in high definition, you don't want to have the jowls that you get.
which at certain angles I did.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't lose enough.
Swap
But I think that's
Go to the wide. Go to the
Go
wide.
to wide. Because he's looking wide. But I think that was, not to get like political, but during
Oh,
COVID,
God, here we go.
all that stuff. Listen, I think the media
We don't get
got
political
so
on
soft.
Two Cool Moms.
I think the media got soft. It was a moment in time where why was America more affected by COVID than other countries? And our weight was one of the big issues, that we're overweight, et cetera, et cetera. And the media had a moment in time to go, this is a great moment for all of us to band together and say, look, we probably should get healthier as a nation because of the evidence, follow the science, and they did because they didn't want to offend anybody's feelings.
You can't put masks on fat. You can't mask up fat. The Covies, they're coming through the fat mask. They're gonna get right into your. They're gonna get right into your fats. They're gonna get in there. They're gonna dig in. The COVID, the 19s, right in the fats. They go. They get sucked into your fat folds.
I would love to see you and Dr. Sanjay Gupta, for example, sit down and you describing the 19s, the fats.
The 19s are
it'll
going to
get
get right in
through
your
the-
fats.
Yeah,
that's
through
it.
the
There's
gloss
no
and the-
stopping. You got the glucoses. It's going to attach to the glucoses. You got the heavy glucoses. The 19s are like, these. Let's be friends. I'm going to eat you. And then that's it. You're fucked. You're going to be on a respirator. Beep. And you're done. Thank you. You're welcome, America. Have another hamburger.
Can you imagine if you were a doctor at
Oh
the
my
height of the
goodness.
pandemic? Like, let's go to Dr. Gatto right now. And you're just like,
I'm like, guys, the fats. The fat folds. The 19s gets in the fat folds.
Dr. Layman's terms. Here, we'll explain it to you. Dr. Layman's. So the fats, they attach, and then the burgers.
Could you imagine if I was the guy that had to give you bad news and your bedside manner? Oh, I would try to make it. I would try to soften everything with humor. It wouldn't be good. I'm like, well, the good news is you're not gonna have to pay taxes next year.
You do. You do give me. You're always like, all right, so we're going to go to Toledo.
You
We're gonna
leave
go-
Toledo alone.
I love
You
Toledo.
leave Toledo
I
alone.
love Toledo. There's
Yeah,
a Byrne Road in Toledo.
I like sometimes how you forget that you were booked with me, by the way. When you look at my schedule, you're like, oh, was I supposed to be with you then? I'm like, yeah, I have. Yes, you were. You're like, oh, I'm going to.
Oops.
I'll be in Miami.
Yeah.
I'm like, I won't.
Oh, you killing in Miami.
I love you. I love you.
This is coming to us from Cal.
Cal.
When it comes to
Ripken?
no, he's only got 200 followers,
Okay,
so
got
this is
it.
definitely not Cal Ripken.
Okay.
When it comes to fans, have any of them had an impact on you? And I can say yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
There
You go first.
There was a kid I met in Dallas, Texas, at the Addison Improv. He was in the front row. He came with his mom, and I am dumping on this
course,
kid.
yeah.
I mean, absolutely shitting on him. He's dying laughing, though. He's having a great time. The mom was a great sport. I'm getting them drinks, and any time I can call back to him, I call back to him. And just he was such a good sport, right? And he gave me permission to keep going back to him.
Yep.
So the show ends. I go across the hallway at the Addison Improv to Pete's Dueling Piano Bar, and I'm going to get a drink. And the mom's there, and the mom's like, "Oh my God, it's you!" I was like, "Oh my God, you were such a great sport. Thank you guys for being such a great sport." And she's like, you know, I got to tell you, my son, he's using the bathroom right now, but he has had 5 open heart surgeries since he was a little boy.
Oh, my goodness.
And he was like 18 or 19, sitting in the front row of this comedy show. And so she goes, I said, "What do you want to do tonight?" He said, "Mom, you know, I just want to go out and laugh tonight." And he's a kid that didn't have a girlfriend. You could tell not a lot of friends and stuff, and just like, you know, you want to lift this kid up, right, and have fun. He comes out of the bathroom. We're talking, whatever, and you could just see he's just like lit up like a Christmas tree, and he's like, "I'll never forget this night. Thank you, man. This is like one of the few comedy shows I've ever been to, and I'll never forget this one." And that show happened at a moment in time where I was doing shows, and I never phoned in a show, but I was just getting like tired of doing it, right? And it was becoming a job.
Yep, gotcha.
And then that was the night where I was like, oh no, what you do does have an impact at times, and what you don't realize is that I'm just thinking about me. Right? This is I got to go do this. It's like he's here for a reason. He's here to laugh. He wants to get away from the humdrum and potentially thinking about another open heart surgery or his health or whatever, and he just wants to get his mind off of things. So stop being so selfish and maybe think about the people that are out there.
Wow.
And it got to that point where, for me, just the ebbs and flows of my career, it was an enormous lesson for me. And then we kept in touch, and he started dating a girl, and I'd racked up so many miles, I got him a plane ticket to go to Minnesota to go meet his now girlfriend, fiance.
Way.
And now when I met him, he was delivering pizzas, and of course I shit on him for that. But now he's got like a job and an apartment, and he's out of his mind. And I've kept tabs with him, and every time I go to Addison, I get them tickets.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they come out, and it was the one person that I've met along the way where I was like, it changed my perspective and made me see. You're always aware of the audience, but it made me really appreciate the audience and appreciate the job and understand the responsibility of what it is I get to do for a living and to not take it for granted.
That's great.
You know,
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, it's the impact that you have is so unbelievable.
I mean, you must be flooded with.
flooded. I can't even tell you one. There's so many. There's so many interactions that have been that way.
Yeah.
That I've just like been like, wow, that I've been able to be this part of this life. But I will say, probably one of my favorite stories, or one of my favorite ones that happened was I do this anti-bullying. I work with this pop culture hero coalition, and it's like an anti-bullying thing that I go to all the Comic-Cons and I sit on, whatever. So I remember we're at one. It was early on. I've done a bunch. I've been working for like 6 or 7 years at this point, and they are where I'm on the panel, and the place is just filled with people. And it was like the second one or whatever I did. And I'm talking to the woman who runs it. And she says, she's like, it's so funny just to think about when you're sitting there and all the stuff that's going on at Comic-Con. Think about that. Think about all what is happening. Panel A, Hall H, all the panels and all this stuff, all the things to look at. And this room is packed with people to hear about how you handled bullying.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Like, this is what they're taking their time out of to come and sit and listen to me talk about that. And then after that, just meeting everybody at that thing and just whatever. Like, those moments were really like, wow, it's
that is
really, really
fascinating, but it's also the reason why they probably got into those things.
Right.
You think about,
community. You want to be part of a community. That's really the byproduct of a lot
kid
of
who's
that.
8 years old that's getting shit on, that's getting dumped on and picked on. And it's like, you're going to look at, like, Superman and Batman and these jacked figures of, like, idols.
Yeah.
And what a great aspiration.
Joe Gatto. Same ripped, physique.
Yeah. I mean, but
I'm just saying, if you're going to line them up, we're going to be like, right.
Yeah.
You're Superman, Batman, Joe Gatto's the next in the jacked superhero-ness.
Yeah, but like.
Well, you're going to get there. Just because you stopped at 2 names. I was just saying.
Yeah,
like,
I'd be like all the way down to like Jubilee.
Jubilee?
Like Jubilee can play music loud.
Oh, okay.
And it hurts people. So like somewhere after that, but like it's like
I'd be right. So I'm 4th then. After Jubilee.
like 1,004th.
1,004th.
Yeah,
I'll take it. At least I made the list. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening to 2 Cool Moms.
Yeah,
much love to you, Stevie. I love you,
Thanks,
buddy.
buddy.
We're
Love
gonna
you
get some lunch.
I am dying to get some lunch. Yeah.
These 2 cool mommies love you, so show us some love.
Please rate us, review us, follow us on all social media, and subscribe to our YouTube.